about your what you do, your company, and give you a couple of minutes for that. Then I'll ask probably some specific questions, which will give you plenty of time to kind of get everything out that you want to get out. But we have 3 panelists. Yes.
Okay, I saw on there that I have 5 minutes, and so I was gonna do my everything all together.
Okay, you need 5 minutes. Go ahead, take the 5.
Say everybody gets.
No, what happens is people get on here and they're not really conscious of time, and they go 10, 15 minutes, and I don't want to have to be rude. You know, I can be rude. I don't have no problem being rude, of course, but
Yeah,
I don't like
saying, yeah, it's definitely a 5-minute presentation.
your audio is horrible.
No, let me call in.
Okay, so mute that one.
Okay. Wait. Okay, that should be better. Is that good? Oh, wait a minute now. I can't even hear you guys. Hold on.
Oh, I can hear you. I was on mute. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I'm like, I can't hear. All right, cool.
Yeah, you're good.
So Denise, Miss Stevania, like that, Stevania, she is having problems, so I just sent her the Zoom ID. Something got hacked, so hopefully she'll be able to come on. But it looks like I'm able to contact her like through Messenger. Looks like.
All right, everybody joining in from Facebook Live and on here on Zoom. We'll get started in just 1 minute. Thank you all for joining us today. Hey, lady.
Hello.
All right, it's 3 o'clock. We're gonna go ahead and get started. All right, I got y'all on live and Zoom. So welcome everybody. Thank y'all for being here today. Happy Tuesday. We're continuing our the State of Your Business weekly webinar here at the Chamber. We're at the Chamber office. My name is Denise. I'm the Membership Service Director for the Fort Worth Metropolitan Black Chamber of Commerce. If this is your first time, welcome. If this is not, thank y'all for continuing to join us on Tuesdays. So what we'd like to start off our webinars with is a little highlight of businesses within our community. There is a form that you're able to fill out if you're interested in participating. At the beginning portion of our weekly webinars, we allow for small businesses to come on and talk about their business, their service, things like that to promote themselves. So first up, we're going to have my friend, Tia Cole. She's with the Cole Lab and as well as our Pass Forward facilitator. So she's an awesome person. If you haven't met her, you need to do so. She will change your life.
Hello. So thank you so much, Denise. I am so very grateful for this opportunity to talk to you all. I'm sort of between, I got 2-3 o'clock meetings at the same time, so I'll be jumping off here in a second, but I definitely did not want to miss out on the opportunity to sort of chat with you guys and let you know a little bit about what I do. So the Cole Lab is your development destination. Essentially, we began in 2016, really thanks to the Fort Worth Metropolitan Black Chamber. It was work that I was already doing, but when I took over Pass Forward, the chamber said, you know, you can put your business name on the contract. And I said, whoa, business name, I guess I have a business. And so since then, I've sort of been working that business. And so the Cole Lab is leadership development, coaching, mentoring, speaking. It's also educational design, curriculum development, mentoring, especially of educators, and then just working with authors, working with businesses, working with community centers in really helping people to reach their greatest potential, whether that is through curriculum and design, or whether it's through individual or group workshops. And so through that work, I work with the Pass Forward program with the Chamber, where we work with up and coming emerging Black professionals who are looking for ways to not only engage, but also to kind of learn about themselves and understand how to mitigate their packaging. How do I, as a Black person, still find success in rooms that were not necessarily meant for me? So we talk about soft skills, communication, conflict, and so forth. We talked about action planning and different development plans. And then we also bring in professionals who are able to speak to them through the different avenues. So business, education, government, and so forth. So that our cohort started on the 6th. And so we're running a shortened cohort this year, but we are still in it and it's been amazing. Additionally, the collab just launched a stationery line. So one of the main tenets is, how do I sort of organize my life and plan a better life? And so we launched a brand called The Companion by TCL, which our first planner comes out this week, actually. It's called the Youth Companion. And so if you have teenagers that you know, please check us out at www.thecollab.net, and you'll be able to find information about that planner so that you can purchase that for the youth in your life, 4th grade to college. And so we will have more things coming out for adults here in the next few months, but this is our first one. It's the most needed, I think, right now. And so there's that. Are there any questions for me about the collab?
Not any on the live or on here, but I just want to thank you for jumping on. And I think it's so great that you are following your passion. For those of you that don't know, Tia she got me inside the Happy Planners, trying to organize my life and all that. So I think it's great that she took that passion and she's putting it into her business and creating her own planners and accessories like that, because when I tell you this girl is on it, she's on it. So get those planners as soon as they come out, pre-order, because
yes, you can pre-order right now.
Yes.
Thank you so much, guys. I'm going to jump into my next meeting, but please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Denise has my contact information if you need anything: leadership, speaking, communication, curriculum, stationery, whatever.
Thank you, Tia.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. So I actually was one of Tia Cole was. I knew her before because I've worked at the chamber for a little over 4 years now. So she's been our facilitator for the previous years, and I just took the Pass Forward program the last class. So it was an amazing opportunity. If you know of any young professionals or anybody that's trying to get into a leadership program, Pass Forward was definitely very eye-opening, and it was very great. I feel like Tia definitely made things go very smooth, and sometimes she just drops these nuggets. It's like, wow, like I didn't even think about that. Especially if you're like going into the entrepreneurial route, like you're trying to start your own business or like things like that. So if you're interested in the Pass Forward program, just definitely let me know and I can get you her contact information. So now we're going to go ahead and I'm going to hand this off to my coworker, Daryl Brewer. You there, Daryl?
Hello. Welcome. Thank you, Denise. Welcome everyone to our Tuesday webinar here at the 4th Metropolitan Black Chamber of Commerce. I'm the Economic Development Manager, and I just want to update you on a couple of things, and then we're going to get to our programming. So one of the things I want you to know, we've been talking about PPP forever, the Paycheck Protection Program as part of the CARES Act. And I want you to know that it ends June 30th. So you still have time to apply. I haven't seen an update lately on how much money is still left, but it's quite a bit. The last thing I heard was $100 million left, so it may not be that much now, but even if it's down to 75 million, it's plenty left for us regular folks. So you got to June 30th. Remember, you just go to your banker, and if you don't have a banker, then go to a small community bank. Those are the banks that are getting the most applications done because they can kind of hold your hand through the process. And we have already had someone on here before who I've told you that I've known people who've gotten $1,000 up to someone who's gotten $700,000. So it's up to you to apply. I know you may not have all your ducks in a row, but still, that's why you want to go to a small banker to kind of help you through that process. We're also going to talk about something today that will help you with that and something and other things down the road. Also, I want to let you know that we just had the Protect the Fort, which was City of Fort Worth, where we had the money from the CARES Act to distribute out to, no, I'm sorry, that's the wrong one. That was Facebook money. And we did, wait a minute, it's 2 minutes. We did Facebook money. That money should go out by the 30th. We've already looked at all those applications, and decisions have pretty much been made. And so If you applied for the Facebook money, you should have already gotten an email, and you should expect the money within the next, 10 days, 10, 14 days. Okay, don't get that confused. The next one is the Protect the Fort. That's where there was $10 million set aside by the city of Fort Worth. And that ended last night. Been telling y'all about this for weeks. So if you have less than 10 employees, that's $5,000, and 25 to 50 employees, that was $7,500. I hope you took advantage of that. That was not a loan, that was a grant, just free money. All you got to do is fill out the application and meet the criteria, and you pretty much it's very favorable that you'll get that money. Now Tarrant County has $30 million they're going to give away. All right. Now, with Tarrant County, they're going to give away a block no more than $10,000 for any one business. So make sure that you go fill that out. You remember, if you're in Tarrant County, your business is Tarrant County, but you're not in Fort Worth. Say that again. If your business is located in Tarrant County, but not Fort Worth, then that's one of the eligibility criteria. So go ahead and go to Tarrant County. I can tell you it's tarrantcounty.com/EN county/small business, but just go to Tarrant County, you can find it. All right, now that starts June 22nd, and the applications end July 1st. So starting June 22nd to July 1st. And basically, you got to be a business, you got to be in a certain location, you got to you could be a sole proprietor, okay? But you got to have some documents that show you were in business, not just, hustle. All right. So Collin County, Plano, they have money as well. So if you're in that area, go ahead and call your economic development department in one of those counties, and you can get the information you need to apply. Just apply. I mean, what does it cost you? Right? So we really have to take advantage of these opportunities. All right, so that's all I have on that stuff. Let's get to our topic for today. Our topic for today, oh, by the way, forgive me that I left my little stand for the phone at home. Sometimes I'm working at home, sometimes I'm in the office, so some things get left. All right, but today we're going to talk about credit repair. And we hope to pull back the covers. So that when this is over, you'll be clear on what they do and what they don't do, what some do, what some don't, and which ones you want to participate in, and who you would like to help you with that process. So I have two that I know. I don't know if everybody else got on. There was one that was having difficulty getting on. But we have, and if you're here, just let me know, and then we'll give you an opportunity to really introduce yourself and your business. So first I have Tirza Brooks. Tirza, you here?
Yes. Can you
Okay.
hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. And next I have Hosea Robinson.
Yes, sir. I'm here.
All right. Does Stevania come on? Hope I didn't butcher her name too bad. Okay. Well, so we're going to roll with who we have, and that's Tirza Brooks and Hosea Robinson. Tirza, just give me the name of your company, and then I'll let you do some other things in a bit. Tirza, what's the name of your company?
Well, I am actually with Credit Experts of Texas. That is my business. But I am also a solutions consultant with PNC Bank, where we offer financial literacy workshops, which includes credit classes.
What bank? I didn't understand. What bank?
PNC.
PNC?
PNC, we're based on the East Coast, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We've been in business for over 160 years. We're the 6th largest bank in the nation. And we have a national retail expansion, which includes Texas, and eventually 20 banks in Dallas-Fort Worth.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a chance to say some more. Let me get over to Mr. Hosea. Tell me,
Yes,
what's your, give me the name of your company in about
yes,
30 words.
yes, sir. My name again is Jose L. Robinson. Thank you for this opportunity, Mr. Brewer, and to the Fort Worth Black Chamber of Commerce. The name of my company is Royalty Solutions. Been in business now going on 3 years. And what we focus on is helping one's personal credit to being restored, and also financial literacy, and letting them know that once your credit is restored, on how to maintain your credit, and to know to be even more knowledgeable in regards to those future aspirations in regards to mortgage purchasing, loan processing, things of that nature, and actually how to use a credit card. So that's one of our main focuses, is not only the credit repair, but also financial literacy.
Awesome. All right, Tirza, if I think you have a little bit of presentation that you want to give us regarding your business. And so Denise, if you will allow her to share her screen.
She's good to go.
Okay. Hold on. Let me share. Let me know when it comes up.
There you go. You're on.
All right. Okay.
You might want to feel the screen. You might want to feel. There you go.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So as we mentioned, as I mentioned previously, I'm a solutions consultant with PNC Bank and also the owner of the Experts of Texas. I have helped people restore their credit, and now I'm partnered with the 6th largest bank in the nation to offer free financial literacy workshops. It has always been my philosophy that you can restore your credit yourself. And today I'm going to share with you some tips to get started on your road to credit recovery. Now, the first step in restoring your credit is ordering your credit report from annualcreditreport.com. They will provide you with free credit reports from all 3 bureaus, TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax. The Fair Credit Reporting Act requires that each nationwide reporting company provide consumers with 1 free copy of your credit report every 12 months. An interesting fact is that these 3 bureaus are private companies. Most people believe they are government agencies. They are not, and they do not have a vested interest in making sure your credit information is accurate. They are not, well, and it is important that you do it yourself and check your credit regularly. During the COVID-19 pandemic, you can order a free copy of your report weekly until April 2021. Now, once you have pulled your credit, you're going to check to make sure your personal information is accurate. Check the spelling of your name. You may be newly married or divorced. Your address. You may have had a recent move. Your date of birth and your employer. You may have had a recent job change. Make sure to update that information regularly. You can also call all 3 bureaus directly and request to update your personal information. And I'll provide those numbers in the chat. Now, after you have corrected any errors on your personal information, check the accuracy of the credit items reporting on your report. Make sure your creditors have reported your payment information correctly. This includes balances and payments, dates of payments, and account numbers. If you spot an inaccuracy, contact the credit reporting agency by writing a letter disputing the error. If you have proof, it's always best to mail that in with your dispute. If you have delinquent accounts, you can contact the creditor directly to negotiate terms, make payment arrangements, or even settle your account. This will help stop the negative reporting and start to improve your credit. So just by contacting the creditor and explaining your situation, you can start your credit recovery. The fastest way to ruin your credit is by paying late. Surprisingly, even if you have a FICO score of 780, just one late payment could drop your score 90 to 110 points. Yikes. Now, statistics show that roughly 26 million Americans are credit invisible, meaning they have no credit history with a nationwide consumer reporting agency. If you do not have credit, you can start to rebuild or start to build your credit with a secured credit card. A secured card is a type of credit card that is backed by cash deposits from the cardholder, meaning you, and the deposit acts as a collateral on your account, providing that the issue with security in case the cardholder cannot make payments. Secured cards are reported on your credit report, and your available balance is still limited to under 30% to maintain good credit, meaning you will have limited access to your money. Now, I have a list of secured credit cards that have good approval odds. And if you'd like to have a copy of that, just message my Facebook page, which is Credit Experts of Texas, and I will send one to you. Now, some final tips to restore and maintain your good credit. First, you want to pay off debt if you can, and keep balances under 30% of the total credit limit. Now, an ideal amount is between 7 and 10% of your total credit limit. Always, always, always pay your bills on time. Don't apply for too many credit cards and dispute any inaccuracies. And that, my friends, is how you begin to restore your credit yourself. Now, if you don't want to do that yourself, you can always hire a reputable agency. And that is what I have to offer today.
Okay, thank you very much. So, Hosea, would you go ahead and tell us what your company does in the area of credit repair, more specifically, what your process is, how y'all go about it, what is the thing that you do? And Denise, we need to probably, yeah, we go. So tell us, Hosea, what your company does in the area of credit repair.
Yes, sir. So with my company, which is I partner with a company by the name of Financial Education Services, which is a financial literacy company. What I do, I'm your referral agent in regards to where I work with you directly in regards to our program. What we do is we sit down with you after we've let you know what the process is in regards to submitting your information, your credit is pulled. And then after that, our system with our team of credit attorneys, they recognize the negative accounts that are going to be disputed on your credit reports on all three credit bureaus, with Equifax, Experian, TransUnion, and with that, those credit attorneys, our credit attorneys that are based right here in the United States, they draw up the letters for you, and they go through the dispute process for you. We send out the letters for you to you directly, so that you review those letters, making sure that the account information is 100% correct. You sign those letters, and then you mail them off directly from your home location to Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. The reason why we do that is because you have to, when disputing any type of account on your credit report, it has to come from you, the individual. It cannot come from a third party, and so that's the normal process for us. You send out the letters by law, based on the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Those you're expected to get results back or feedback as regards to those disputes within 30 days, max 45 days. And with that, with those updates, whatever that's remaining on your credit report, we'll do a deep dive again the following month, making sure that we go after all of those negative accounts. And when I say negative accounts, we're talking about, and as I'm pretty sure my colleague will be able to explain, we're talking about specifically like collection accounts, charge-off accounts, foreclosures, repossessions, bankruptcies, tax liens. Even with our program, we're even able to go after one's child support debt that may be showing up on one's credit report as well. Anything that's showing up on your credit report that's negatively impacting you, we go after that on your credit report. And normally that process on average is 4 to 6 months in regards to a client being enrolled in my program. On average, 4 to 6 months. Can it be longer? Yes, it does. It can be longer due to a person's situation because every client is different. But that is typically the normal process.
Okay, awesome. So you go after and dispute negative accounts on the report. So what are you disputing? I mean, what are you disputing?
So with the Fair Credit Reporting Act that's in place currently right now of 1970, it clearly states that for every consumer, you have the right to dispute anything that is on your credit report that is negatively impacting, that's inaccurate or obsolete on one's credit report. So say, for example, you have a card that you paid off. It shows that it's paid in full, but the payment history is showing up still on your credit report, which that is still affecting your overall credit score. You can dispute that particular item. For example, you can dispute, again, like I said, child support. Sometimes if one is late on child support, it's reported to your credit report. So we're able to dispute the payment history, credit card debt, student loan debt, again, bankruptcies, tax liens. Though these are more specific accounts, charge-off accounts, collection accounts. We're able to dispute anything that's negatively affecting your negatively affecting your credit score between all three credit bureaus at the exact same time.
Okay, awesome. Well, Tirza, can you tell us what your company or bank does in relation to repairing the credit? I understand you just told us how to have good credit, right. But if it's already jacked, and we know it's jacked, that's what this is about, credit repair, pulling back up. So what do you do?
So basically, I've transitioned over to the bank. Previously, I did what Mr. Robinson did and helped people get those hard to remove items off of their credit report. And for those, I definitely recommend calling a repair company, because getting bankruptcies and child support and liens off of your credit report can be difficult. And so I would definitely recommend calling a credit repair company. But if you have items on there that are, just late payments, anything that has been charged off, things like that, I teach you how to just talk to your creditors, reach out to them, what to say, and how to negotiate paying those bills off. And then also, if there's any inaccurate information on there, I show you how to write the letters to be able to send those in to TransUnion, Equifax, Experian, and have those removed, because any inaccurate information is not permitted on your credit report, and you can have that removed. Now, with the bank, we offer credit workshops where we show you even further into your finances with financial literacy, how to budget, how to manage your money.
We're not trying to get that far. We're just going to stay focused on credit repair. Okay. All right. So it sounds to me like you both are saying the same thing.
Yes.
That is going in and looking for, first of all, obviously whatever is negative, knowing whatever that is, and going in looking for any problems or inaccuracies that you could dispute, number one. But also, I guess the fact that listening to you, Hosea, even if it's negative, dispute that in and of itself. And so, am I correct?
Yes, sir. Yeah, because one of I would say, in my opinion, the misunderstanding is that, just for an example, a lot of people, and maybe Ms. Brooks, you can add to this. A lot of people feel that, okay, I have this, say, Visa credit card. It's it charged off. I owe $1,000. It's my debt. Hosea, you mean to tell me I can dispute this? Yes, you can dispute it. And the reason, well, Hosea, how can I dispute it? The reason why you can dispute it, again, with the Fair Credit Reporting Act, it's in place so that the consumer can be covered, that in layman's terms, everything on your credit report has to be 100% accurate. So when in fact we do the dispute, and the credit bureaus come back and they reach out to that company, Visa, and if Visa doesn't have everything, I mean, all the way down to your name, social security number, the payment history, how many times you were late, if you were late, if anything is inaccurate, if they can't even go into the system and find the actual debt, by law, it has to be deleted. It has to be removed as a final removal off of one's credit report. And so that's the really the power in regards to credit report or credit repair.
So have you guys, I guess, there's so many companies out there doing this, I guess there's a lot of inaccuracies and so forth, and where they can't, they switched over to computer systems and they got a new one, can't find it, or it was in a shoebox in the first place, and now the shoebox got chewed up by the dog. So now they don't have the information. Is that y'all's experience that a lot of that is the case for a lot of people out there? Most people would have.
Yeah, I would say that mainly because a lot of times there are companies that buy debt, and they will assume that debt and then start reaching out to you. They'll put it on your credit report and then start reaching out to you to try to make you pay for that debt. And so at that time, you can do your research to show that that is way past the time that you had to have that fall off of your credit report. And I've seen it where a debt that is 10 years old will show back up on someone's credit report, and it is, bought by a company that bought the debt. Now you can just dispute that quickly and have that removed from your credit report very quickly.
Right.
Awesome. Very good. Very good. So, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, you're back. We got.
All right. Awesome. So that's good information. And again, I just want to remind anyone out there, if you have questions, please go ahead and type them into the chat box, or if you're on Facebook, you can type it in, whatever your question is. We will read that question aloud and allow these lovely people to answer your question. So Hosea, you sound like you charge money for this. What's your charge?
Oh yes. So for all my customers, it's $188 to get started. That includes a one-time activation fee of $99, and then only the first month fee of $89 to get started. And then after that, it's just only $89 a month. There's no contract. There's no agreement. Again, the average client stays in my program that follows the instructions that I provide to them. They stay in the program no more than 4 to 6 months. Again, everyone's situation is different, but I will be brutally honest. If you're coming to me expecting me to have you go from, say, 450 to a 730 days, that's not going to happen. That I cannot 100% agree that that's going to happen. I mean, because it took time for your credit to get to where it is now, so it's going to take time to get your credit to a more than fair, more than a excellent level, to where you will be able to go out and purchase that car or purchase that home. So before 4 to 6 months, $188 to get started, $89 a month, no contract, no agreement.
So, as Jethro said on the Beverly Hillbillies, my ciphering says that's $455 over the course of 4 months. Does that sound about right?
Sound about right. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So about $500 over the course of 4 months or so, a person can pretty much feel pretty good about what's your success rate of getting someone, say, from, I don't know, 400, I don't know, 450 500, 500 to
Well,
650.
well,
I don't know.
right. Well, I can say on average within the one statistic that I've been keeping track of is in the first month increase that I've been keeping track of with all of my clients. On average, I've been seeing a 33-point increase on the first month of one of my customers being in my program on average in the first month. I've had one client, particularly one of my friends from college. He literally came through the phone on me like, man, dude, I'm so excited, man. Thank you so much. His went up 72 points in the first month. I had one young lady, she sent me a screenshot. Hers went up 38 points the first 1 month. One young lady stayed in the program at all the way to 3.5 months and went from a 530 to a 715 credit score. And so, I mean, like I said, everyone's situation is different, but that's pretty much, for us a success rate. That's been my success at this moment.
Ms. Tears, what does your success look like?
I've seen quite a few of my clients have good results within the first 30 days. Keep in mind that the credit bureaus do have 30 days to follow up and send out letters and update your credit report. And I posted on my Facebook page some results. I've seen a 76-point jump. I've also seen 50 points in a jump. And one of the things that I did for my own son when he was 17, I added him as an authorized user to my credit card. And then once he turned 18, I checked his credit score, and this 18-year-old started out with a 750. And so at that point, that's when I started applying for credit cards for him. And now he has 3 credit cards all on his own, and his credit score is at around like a 726. And that's because I, applied for 3 cards at the same time, which dropped the score a little bit, but over time it will increase it.
Right. And can I add something to that, Mr. Brewer, if you don't mind?
Sure.
Ms. Brooks, that was so key what you just said in regards to adding on your child as an authorized user to a credit card, especially those parents that may be watching that are in, that you pay your bills, everything is on time, and if you're trying to find some kind of way to make sure that your child has a very good start, post high school, post college, post grad school, that's one of the best ways. One of the best ways to what I call tricking the system to making sure that your child or your children will have a chance. Believe it or not, some of our other counterparts on the other side of town, that's what they've been doing for years. That's what they've been doing. This is the process, and it's a family generational step that they teach their kids to do the exact same thing to keep that going because they understand the value of credit, those that do understand the power of credit. So I would advise all of us, if you know that you're in good standing with your credit cards, you're not necessarily, just like Ms. Brooks said, you're putting their name on the card as an authorized user. You're not giving them the card. You're not asking them to have another card. You just want their name to be on there so that they can benefit on those timely payments that you're making every month, that you're going to pay in regards to your credit because you care about your credit standing, that you want to make sure that your children have the best chance possible post high school, post college.
So is that the opposite way of when people put stuff in their kids' name and and make the kids' credit bad before they get 18?
Right.
Yeah, that's
right.
the opposite.
Yeah. So instead of no more TXU bills and no more Fort Worth Water Department in your baby's name.
Yeah.
Now this is the opposite direction. This is the positive reaction to using your baby's name.
Look, I'm not calling nobody's name who do that kind of stuff. I heard about it. Someone had mentioned when we're talking about old credit. If you're going to go through this process that you're talking about, they were saying, I saw something pop up on the screen, that not to pay any old debt. So like, let's say you had something from 10 years ago and it's been sold to somebody, and they done started bugging you, and you say, all right, well, look, I give you $20 a month.
Mhm.
and on something that was already charged off in 10 years, et cetera, et cetera. So I think that's what they're talking about, since don't pay on that kind of stuff. Anybody want to talk about that?
Well, I mean, I definitely don't have a problem working with people. And, you know, I don't formally work in my credit repair company since I do work for the bank, but I do help people get started. And then if I have colleagues that are really good at what they do, then I can refer them to my colleagues to get started. And then we can talk about, you know, being able to help them out. But there are also costs to the company. So that cost has to be covered first.
Okay,
And
but my specific question was, uh, did you, Jose, did you hear what I asked just a second ago?
Yes, sir, I did. Yes, sir.
Can you help me out with that when they were saying not to pay? I think they're referring to debt that's 10 years old and already been charged off, and they hand it off to social somebody new, and then they start bugging you about it. I think that would be the scenario I'm thinking.
Yes, sir. So what I would suggest is, number one, if you, prior to working with a credit repair company, if you've already in some type of payment arrangement with a particular company, whether it's directly with the company or a third party, I would say go ahead and keep that payment arrangement because you want to be in good standing. However, one have to realize that even after you fulfill that payment arrangement, that payment settlement, you're still going to have that negative history on your credit report. So ultimately, you're going to have to work with someone or work with a credit repair company to assist you with getting that item completely deleted off of your credit report. Second layer would be if you are a person that you know that have X amount of debt, on my credit report. And in fact, I don't. Like, just to give you a more clear example, I have one client right now, and this is going to really show you how old this is. One of my clients, old Montgomery Ward credit report that's still showing up on their credit report, and they didn't know and the numbers that they had to call, the numbers don't even work anymore. And so we disputed it. We actually had it got moved off their credit report. And so there are some cases that if you know that it's going to be better for me to go through a credit repair company and see and go that route to getting this removed off of my credit report, I would say definitely yes. Look into doing that, because you may come out cheaper, paying that fee or paying the monthly fee of getting through a credit repair company and getting it removed, as opposed to making, setting up some type of payment arrangement for the amount owed.
Right, because after so many years, isn't it not supposed to show up on your report?
7.
7 years. Yeah, 7 years for a specific debt, and I know for like bankruptcy and foreclosure is supposed to be like 10. But there have been cases, that's not 100%. And Ms. Brooks, maybe you can allude to this too. There have been cases where that necessarily doesn't fall off. That doesn't necessarily, like, especially like repossessions and things like that. So for some, it happens. I can't tell you the algorithm of why it happens for some and it doesn't, and it doesn't happen for others. But it's not 100% correct. So in my opinion, that once one go through the process of cleaning up their credit, make sure you know how to maintain it. And one of the things that Ms. Brooks stated in her introduction is the payment history. Making sure that if you have payment history makes up 35% of your credit score.
I want to stay focused.
Yes, sir.
I want to stay focused.
Thank you. My apologies for all the practice with.
So what I was, and I knew this to be true, is what I was saying is after 7 or 10 years, and that if it's not on, if it's still on there, that you can get that removed. So you can decide if I just want to get it removed, or if I start paying on it, then it brings it back current in terms of something that needs to be reported on regularly. So that's a decision that an individual needs to make. Ms. Tirzah, I heard you say something about money. So how much does it cost, since you're not in the repair business anymore, So I'm a little confused. Where's the money coming from?
Yeah.
What's
Well, I do refer out, but my services were $99 down, and that covers the first monthly fee, and then $29 a month for the credit report. So you're going to need to provide me the ability to go into your credit report every month. So I need you to sign up for your credit reporting agency. But I did want to share that this was a result from one of my clients. I don't know if you guys can see that, how clear it is.
Yep.
But
Yep.
that went up 145 points. And
Yeah.
that was in 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
It really worked.
Yes. Yes, it does.
Okay. Back to the money. Yeah, I don't like to stay on topic. I watch this on TV all the time. Pastors do not like to stay on topic. They like to go off folks' stuff. Come on back here. $29 a month for the report. How much they paying you? And they're just $29. You're gonna do it for free. Your service part for free.
The $99 is for the first month. That's the setup fee, and then it's $59 a month after that, plus your $29 to maintain your credit report for me to be able.
So I quit. So that's $99 every month. 59 and 29. Okay, 98.
Oh, you meant altogether? Yes, correct.
Yeah, that's what people want to know. That's slick sales stuff y'all do.
Come on now, it's information. Good information.
I want you to know they're paying for their own credit report and scores. So that's the $29.
All right, so it's $98. She taking 59 and 29. You got to use to get your credit report. But we don't have to worry about that right now. Why, Tirza? Don't have to worry about paying the credit report right now because of what?
It's free.
It's free.
You mean what do you mean?
The credit report. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes. So you go to annualcreditreport.com. They don't have your credit scores for free, but you can see what's on your credit report. And you have access to a credit report weekly for free. And I know we don't have a lot of time, but there's also a new algorithm coming out called FICO 10. And it's going to affect your credit report, your credit score.
Hey. Is that repairing? Is that repairing?
Negatively. So find out about that and get on top of your credit. FICO 10 coming at the end of the year. All right,
we could do another course thing on good credit. We can always do that. Okay, so we want to make sure we get this all done.
Yes, sir.
So generally speaking, it's going to cost somewhere around $500. 4 to 6 months. So $500 to $600. 4 to 6 months to probably really get done what you want to get done, get from where you are to a good score, assuming that you don't have something too crazy. Yeah. And so basically, you guys are talking about the same thing. I didn't know if there was some other process out there. That's why I wanted to get several different companies on here. We had the lady; she was trying to get on, but she had some technical difficulties, so she wasn't able to make it on. So I don't have any other questions. Denise, do we have any questions from the audience or Facebook, what have you?
Yes, give me a second. So we have Stay Hall. She asks, if someone has been through credit repair in the past and then fell on hard times and the credit suffered again, is it possible to have it repaired again?
Yes, it is. Yes, you can. Monitoring your credit is an ongoing process. As long as you're live, you should be on top of your credit. The best way to look at it, your credit is your name. So it happens all the time. People get their credit repaired at home, then life happens, then you have to go back and get it repaired again. The answer is yes. You can always at any given time. If you feel you need to, repair your credit, you can always do that.
Awesome. And then we have one in the Q&A that wants your contact information.
Mine?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. So those who wanted to get in contact with me, I'm also on Facebook and on Instagram at Hosea, all lowercase, HOSEA, Robinson II. That's both on Instagram and on Facebook. My direct number, you can call me at 682-365-4422. Again, that area code is 682-365-4422. And you can also email me at royaltycreditrepair817@gmail.com.
Okay, and then we have one more actually. It says, with the process being 4 to 6 months, what are the results one can expect within this time frame?
So you can, Ms. Brooks, did you want to answer that, or do you want me to answer it? How you want to do it?
Well, I was just going to say results vary depending on each credit profile. And it also takes the participation of the person that needs their credit repaired. You can't go and apply for anything. Make sure you continue to pay other bills on time, because that can affect your credit negatively as well. So credit, it varies.
And then I have a question. Being a young person trying to get my credit all great, is this is kind of like something that's been kind of like I don't know if this is a myth or not, but is it true that if you check your score frequently, that it's goes negative on your score? You know what I mean? Like I've heard that a lot growing up. Like you can't check your credit too much because it's gonna be negative. It's gonna have like a negative like thing on your score. So, and I haven't heard that just from one person. I've heard that from several people.
I think it. Yeah, right.
I think they're talking about inquiries.
Right. Now, inquiries, that's completely different. Inquiries, what we mean by that is if you're inquiring, you're trying to have your credit ran for a Discover car, you're trying to get your credit ran to see if you can buy the car, things like that. Those are inquiries. Inquiries can negatively affect your score, and you want to stay up under a certain amount within a 12 to 18 to 18 month period anyway, which really I would suggest no more than 3 to 4 within a 12 to an 18-month period, because once you get past that, then you start that starts negatively affecting your score, and that's where the knowledge and being educated as you're going through the credit repair process with whoever you go with, they educate you on, okay, once you get your credit restored and you know what your score is, now you have the power as the consumer when you're going to make that purchase, and you'll be able to say, out of the 3 credit bureaus, Mr. Dealership, I need you to pull from this credit bureau. This is the only one I want you to pull from. This is the only inquiry I expect to have on my credit report. And then we can go ahead and further discussion after you do that.
Oh, because is it different like per like bureau?
Yes, ma'am. That is correct, because all creditors and all companies, and Ms. Brooks, can I add to this? All companies are not guaranteed to report to all 3 credit bureaus every month. Some companies may only report to 1 credit bureau, some may report to the 2, some may report to all 3. Hence, that's the reason why you have 3 different credit scores. And in most cases, when you go to just another added point, when you try to get your credit ran and you need something financed, they're going to 9 times out of 10 go with the one with the lowest credit score out of the 3.
Good.
Yes.
Any other questions, Denise?
Give me 1 second. It says, please let business owners know EIDL is open for everyone.
We only, just a question. Any other questions?
Nope, no questions. That's it.
Actually, Tiffany McCray, I tried to answer her question on here, and she wanted to know my contact information as well. And I'm Tirza, and I can be reached at 214-882-1436. I do have a business Facebook page at Credit Experts of Texas, and that is where you can find information on a lot of your credit questions, and reach out to me if you want a copy of a free copy of the secured credit card list that I have. This list is a list of companies that will approve you easily. So,
Right.
so I will email that to you.
And I would also suggest both of you, and I'm thinking about this in the future whenever I have guests on, if you're on our Facebook page, you will see this live on Facebook, so you can go in and type in your information so that people can refer to it later, because many people who view this, they can't view it now, but they view it later on. I refer it when I'm talking to customers or members or people on the street. I will tell them, go to our Facebook page, to our business Facebook page, go into videos and look for the one that's labeled whatever, and listen to that, and so they can look at the comments and get that information. And I'm gonna offer that to you also, Stevana, that if you will do that as well. I can see her; she's in the Zoom, but she's having technical difficulties, so she couldn't join in. She mentioned one of the answers to one of the questions being that you can't guarantee results by law. So, and everybody's situation is different, so that's why that would be the case. So this is great. It's important for our community to get this information because it can make a big difference in your life, really, certainly your financial life, and how much you're going to pay for a car note, how much you're going to pay on the house.
Right.
That's very important for our contractors. Many black businesses, we always think that my business credit is different from my personal credit. I can hear Felicia over there yelling now. I don't know her, but Felicia, she's already yelling. You can have business credit. You want to build your business credibility, so you don't have to have your personal credit in such a way, blah, blah, blah. I hear you, Felicia, I know. But there are certain situations where I know for a fact, because I was in the meeting, and I'm like, I thought that, we're looking at all of that. When you're getting pre-qualified for a construction job and they're looking at bonding you, they get looking at everything. So
Right.
you want to take care of that for the benefit of your business, and so it just makes things better with you. I want to just quickly review the other things that we have here that we start out with, that the Paycheck Protection Program ends June 30th. So if you have not applied, please apply. There's millions of dollars out there for you, and it's just free money. At least you can set it where it's free. 75% of it has to go towards payroll. The other 25% will go towards utilities and that sort of stuff. I've known people get $1,000, and I've known someone to get $700,000. So it's just a matter of applying. Go to your personal banker. If you don't have one, we recommend that you look at the local, smaller local banks that have more time to kind of baby you through the situation. Folks, we got to make sure you get our acts together. Make sure, if you need a CPA or a bookkeeper, you just need to do that. Makes your life easier and your business life easier, so that when you have these down times, you have a line of credit and you can draw from that instead of other areas. Trust me, been there, done it. Okay, what else we got? Tarrant County has money. If you live in Tarrant County but not Fort Worth, go to Tarrant County. They have money for you. So if you're in Arlington, Everman, those types of places, also Collin County and Plano, they have money as well. So go out there and try to take advantage of these grants that are out there during COVID. And with that, I want to thank my guests today, Cheers of Brooks. And let me let you guys go ahead and sign off. Go ahead and tell us, Cheers, go ahead and tell us your name and how you can be reached. And we'll do the same thing with Mr. Hosea. Cheers.
So again, my name is Tirza Brooks. I can be reached at 214-882-1436. And remember, budgeting is a major part of keeping your credit good.
Awesome.
Hosea?
And again, thank you to the Fort Worth Black Chamber of Commerce for this opportunity to speak, not only to your members, but to your audience. Again, my name is Hosea Robinson. I can be reached directly at 682-365-4422 on all social media. It's at Hosea Robinson II. And my email address is royaltycreditrepair817@gmail.com. And always remember, cash is king, but credit is power.
All right. Thank both of you. I appreciate the information that you're giving, and we look forward to having you in on something else if it pops up. And again, my name is Daryl Brewer. I'm the Economic Development Manager here at the Fort Worth Metropolitan Black Chamber of Commerce. My direct line is 817-871-6558, 817-871-6558. My email is dbrewer@fwmbcc.org. dbrewer@fwmbcc.org. And with that, thank everyone, and I'm going to hand it back over to Denise to close us out. Denise?
All right. Thank you, Daryl. And again, thank you all for being here and providing this great information. I learned a lot. Like y'all mentioned, like there's so many things that people that aren't not educated on this stuff, and you hear all kinds of crazy stuff growing up about credit that's just not true. So I feel like this is a really good session. Thank you so much. I want to go ahead and let everybody know that our offices are open. We are not taking in walk-ins. So if you are wanting to come and either meet with one of us, meet with Daryl or myself or anyone here, please make an appointment so that you're able to come. And that in our building, they are requiring for you to wear a face mask. So if you're going to come to an appointment, make sure to wear your face mask or else you will not be allowed in the building. Just point blank, because we are COVID-19 is still out and raging. So I hope that y'all are staying safe, washing your hands, staying away from people. Daryl and I are both in the office right now, but he's in his office and I'm in mine. So we're all trying to be safe out here. So if you don't already follow us on social medias, our social media handle is Black Chamber for FW Black Chamber. For Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. If you are not subscribed to our mailing list, make sure to do that. We send out a monthly newsletter every month, as well as weekly updates. So stay in tune on what we're doing, all of the upcoming events, not just us, but around the community. So we try to promote our members and the community events, especially during this time, So if you are wanting to be part of the businesses that are being highlighted at the beginning portion, make sure to fill out the form. It's on our social medias as well as in the emails that have been sent out so that you are added to the list of businesses. So with that, we'll see you next week, Tuesday at 3 o'clock here on either Facebook Live or on Zoom. Thank you all so much. I hope y'all all have a wonderful Tuesday. Stay safe out there.
Bye-bye.